Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to cover what is a corporate social responsibility of an organization and what is the view with respect to fulfillment of the corporate social responsibility from the organization's point of view and from the stakeholders' point of view and from the manager's point of view, and what are the opinions against the corporate social responsibility. So in order to start with, what is corporate social responsibility is basically the responsibility to contribute towards the economy. The fundamental split of views about the nature of corporate responsibility. The strong stakeholder review is that these goals should be pursued, and the other point of view is that the business organization is purely an economic force and is subject to law and nothing else. So therefore, there is no such obligation towards social responsibilities. Social responsibilities is fulfillment of certain requirements socially and being a responsible citizen. For example, you can say that, for example, we have a very good example of COVID-19 nowadays, that there could be two types of organizations. Number one could be the organization who will go with the flow, and whatever happens along with the economy, they will follow that, and there are no special measures. Further, no charities and donations with respect to this disease as well. While the other type of organizations, usually who are the big organizations, people do expect those organizations to fulfill the requirements of CSR, corporate social responsibility, and they include the charities and donations for the purpose, and certain procedures in their own SOPs and their own performance or standard operating procedures, that the employees should follow a certain protocol in order to avoid in many means COVID-19. So therefore, this organization will say or will prove to be a more responsible citizen and more contributing towards the environment or economics of the country. So what the corporate responsibility is, point of views are that businesses, particularly large ones, are subject to increased expectation that they will exercise CSR, that we discussed earlier. However, it is an ill-defined concept because usually the motive of the business is to maximize the profits, but people do expect that there should be provision of specific benefits to society, such as donations and other things, that a bigger company should observe certain reserves for these sort of activities, to act as a responsible citizen and contribute socially. So this is an expectation gap between the two. However, this is the overall view of corporate social responsibilities, and people do expect large organizations to be more contributing. What are the strategies of these organizations to combat with the CSR issues? Is one of them is proactive strategy. Running example, COVID-19 emerges in China, and a very nice company, ABC, I would not name any company, which is a resident of UK, for example, and it implements immediately social distancing plus sanitizing and all these things, which are the measures to prevent COVID-19 from spread. So this is a proactive strategy that a company is more efficient in response to any expected loss appearing in an economy the company is more efficient, that it starts taking action, relevant action, before the problem reaches its own premises. What is a reactive strategy? A reactive strategy would be the same scenario, but the company makes all these amendments and implements all these changes when the COVID-19 reaches its own premises. What is a defense strategy? That how are we going to refrain from this? For example, lockdown. We are not implementing all these things, but what we are going to do is we are locking down so that nobody comes to office, and therefore nobody will get infected. And the last one is accommodation strategy. And an example would be that since we all know that locking down and shutting down will have a very major impact on the businesses and economy of the country, therefore we implement that we should keep working like we are in the same manner. Adopt to the working environment, new working environment, adopt the new working norms and keep working, because otherwise we will not be sustaining. We are not going to sustain our economy. So this is an accommodation strategy. These are all the examples. That accommodation strategy is accommodating the risk. Defense is how to keep yourself away from the risk. A reactive strategy is when the risk reaches your premises, how do you react to it? And the proactive strategy is that you can assess any risk coming, and before it reaches your own premises, you are already well equipped to fight with that risk. What are the points against corporate responsibility? We have already discussed them in short detail. However, we can take a look at them. That the points against is the business do not have responsibilities, only people have responsibilities. That means the owners can contribute individually. However, why do businesses contribute towards social responsibility? That means that the employers may have charity as their aim, but generally this will be to their aim. The business's aim is to make as much money as it can. If a statement, that means that if a manager has social responsibilities and he makes certain charities, but which is not approved by the employer, it will be going against the interest of its employers. There will be conflict of interest between the management and the owners. So therefore, if managers do this as their own, sending the owners money for purposes other than they have authorized, it will be a major conflict of interest between the management and the owner. So these are the points which are against the corporate responsibilities, which entail that businesses do not have social responsibilities. It is the people. Why do people expect businesses to have social responsibilities? These are the points against this motive. And what is a stakeholder's view? The stakeholder's view is that many groups have a stake in organization. Therefore, it is particularly important that shareholders who own the business, customers and governments, and everyone related with the organizations also have strong claims to have their interests considered. Therefore, since these all groups are connected with the company, they are the stakeholders of the company, even the society is the stakeholder of the company, therefore the company is liable to pay back to society, and it must observe certain social responsibility measures. These are the different views of regarding social responsibility, their observance and their types, and the reactive strategies. I think this is it for the corporate social responsibility sector. In the next video, we will cover ethics, law and governance, which will be mostly a recap of what we have already gone through. However, till that time, take care. Thank you very much.